You have no idea what's gonna happen next, and nobody knows. And the one thing I'm gonna predict is that we're gonna play music. A. Number two. And we're going to tell people stuff, pure truth, some pure truth about the world.
We're the West Goats. We are at the underground music station in Hood River, Oregon, and we have the answers to everything. So if you have a question about anything, we have the answer, guaranteed, or your money back.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're watching this, you already paid $50, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
We're sneaky.
We got your credit card.
At least we have a credit card. We don't know whose it is.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to do some rock and roll today, and we're going to do some Rolling Rocks.
I don't drink Rolling Rock.
I never even had one.
You've never had a Rolling Rock?
I don't think so.
It tastes like shit.
Somebody told me they just tasted like water, so I never took one.
Yeah, I wish. I wish it tasted like water. Then it would taste better than Rolling Rock. Yeah, then again, I'm really selective about my beer. I only drink cheap, light, domestic beer. I went through a Busch Light phase because one of my fellow bandmates got me into it for a while. So I'm a full Busch Light for like 2 years. But then I switched back to Rainier.
Yeah, I drank Busch Light for a while. Like high school, like a cheap Bud Light, cheap version of Bud Light.
Yeah, I used to sell Busch Light to high school kids.
Did you?
Yeah, I still do. I mean, not anymore. Not this week.
Yeah, well,
I used to do it a lot.
It's not as lucrative as anymore.
I know. Kids aren't really into it anymore.
Nah.
They're like...
Nah, they've graduated.
Kids are like smoking iPhones now and putting Tide Pods in their butts. They don't want to smoke.
It's graduation.
They don't want to drink any Busch.
Yeah, no, they definitely, they eat bongs, like the glass now, I hear. They don't even use them to smoke out of.
Hey, it's so funny. So, back in the day when I started smoking weed, my brother used to drink the bong water.
Ooh.
After we would smoke weed through the bong. It was like a thing. We thought it was so cool. And I
I've
remember...
heard about that.
So we had a tree fort in Lake Oswego. We were smoking out of a bong in it. My brother and my buddy both drank the bong water and then just immediately threw up in the tree fort. It's funny is it's like, what the fuck were you expecting when you drank bong water? Why do kids do the things they do?
Bong water, I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but I don't think it's good for anything. I'm not sure, though. Somebody might want to check that for me.
You know what? I think you might be right there.
I don't think it does anything for you.
Yeah, for the world. Like, it serves no purpose.
No.
It's like mosquitoes.
No, yeah, mosquitoes. I mean, I think something eats mosquitoes, but even bong water.
You'd find something else to put around.
Well, like just a general yard dandelion might like bong water, for all we know.
I wonder what's in it. I can do some deductive reasoning. Is that what it's called? So what do we filter? It's not really filtering. What's it really taking away from the smoke, the physical smoke?
Whatever doesn't go and make into smoke, it turns in like the chunks of ash.
I'm gonna look this up. We don't know the answer to this.
Things like that, I don't know the answer to any of it because it didn't seem to matter if you put it in a bong or a pipe or something and you smoked it and nothing happened, then you generally knew that there was, like, you didn't really have to know the scientific reason of why it sucked. It just sucked.
Well, I mean, just by knowing it, then you could answer your question like, oh, it has this in it. It might be good for this or that. Who knows? Maybe it's like a cleaning product.
Or like, I bet you could dump it on on your strawberries or something. That's my guess. Let me guess. You can put it on your strawberries. What do we win? We got
Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out.
I got an idea right now. We could, to all of our viewers out there, every one of you viewers, for a $50 single raffle ticket, you can win a Metallica. What kind of bag is that? What kind of bag is that Metallica bag? Is it like a drum
It's a
bag,
tour bag, and that's what we thought. We thought it was for drums, and that's kind of weird because if it's actual Metallica, you've seen Lars's kit. Like, what did that thing hold? One floor tom? It looks like it's definitely like a my God, I don't know what the name is. Like a luggage bag. It's a big luggage
so it's
bag.
a Metallica luggage bag.
You want me to go get it?
It's like embroidered Metallica. If you like Metallica, it's a pretty sick bag.
Oh yeah, it's a great bag. I'd use that bag even, and I mean, I'm not. You know what? I'm not a Metallica hater.
No.
I love the hate though that's out there for him because
I don't hate Metallica. I just don't like. Actually, so
it's the scene you hate.
The hierarchy.
It's the fucking scene. It's the same reason you didn't want to play an AC/DC song, right? It was like this association with this culture or something that listens to it. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. There's two ways to look at any band. There's their music, and then there's all the other stuff. And I just don't. What I don't like about Metallica hasn't really anything to do with Metallica.
Right.
It's got more to do with like the fact that there were a bunch of songs that came out, like that Black album that came out, that were all hit songs, like 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And people didn't like it that were Metallica fans from before, and there became this huge problem where I was just a regular dude in regular school, high school, and that album came out, and it was pretty cool to me. It was like dark and dirty and grungy, and like that was the era, you know?
Yeah, the Black album.
And so then, so I got really confused about the fact of how I was supposed to feel about something where it just didn't have any effect to me. It didn't have any, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't old enough really to be, I mean, you know, like I was elementary, middle school when Metallica's actual, what they really came out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, so I didn't really like have those albums, you know. I was listening to like, you know, rap just came out and it was silly and it was fun and stuff.
So I mean, for me, I had them all.
Like super, you know what I'm saying? It was super heavy, and there wasn't any contrast. So like I think a lot of that, when you can look back at it, it looks different from now to looking back. But if you're actually then they didn't really get much play.
Right.
Anywhere really, you know, like, and it didn't. I don't mean like. I just mean like. I just think a lot of people's first stuff gets really big once they make it really big. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Of course,
like,
because you discover it. Mm-hmm. Lots of bands are like that, especially.
There's a rediscovery.
Especially in the '90s. Like I remember when I discovered Modest Mouse, and wow, what was that?
Tim on a motorcycle.
That was interesting. And then it was like, wow, they have a whole bunch of other older albums. Same with At the Drive-In and shit.
Yeah.
With Metallica, it went like this, and I know the history really well. Injustice for All was what I discovered first, and then I went and bought all their other albums. And my brother and me were just Metallica fanatics and Megadeth. So like, I was listening to all their albums all the time when the Black album came out. So to me, it was like, I thought it was cool that they weren't on MTV.
Right.
Because I watched MTV all the time, and there was no Metallica on.
No,
it was a band where you just had to know.
You could watch Headbangers Ball. There'd be old stuff, like there'd be metal on there.
Tons of metal, but there wasn't a Metallica video until One.
Sure.
One was their first video. So that shit came out and they had such success with it that the Black album, dude, they just took off with it. They're like, that video worked, let's do 5 more. And they just wrote listenable rock, and honestly, I don't really care much for the Black album. The songs are cool, and they got some nostalgic value for me, but that's about it.
It's like you're 16 or something. I just didn't care really at that moment or something.
I think I was 14.
Yeah,
13 or 14.
That. So somewhere in there, you know. But my point is, I just didn't care. Like I said, I don't have any older siblings or any kind of influence like that. I just was having fun and like hanging out with my friends. Like music was just like a tool to enjoy life, and I hadn't really thought about what I thought about it that much, you know, at the moment, right? So what I found was just argumentativeness and about things that I hadn't put any time into.
Is that really Tim on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
What kind of motorcycle does he have?
Some kind of.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
What up, dude?
Make sure he knows that this
we're live in here. We're live in here for We're live.
Baby, yeah.
What's going on, brother?
So
We're live. I got your camera on
Hey,
its way, actually.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're just talking shit. We don't have any viewers.
We've been here since 6.
You didn't hear me talking about the murder just now, did you, on the camera?
I heard the
No.
motorcycle though, and he was like, "What the fuck is that?" I go, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that's a loud bike. You got like a fucking Harley or
That's a
something?
4Runner.
What? Seriously? Really?
Yeah, it's his forehead.
What?
That's what I said. It's all whoa, whoa.
I did it when I drove by because I knew you guys were in here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know
Alright.
you were in here because your car's not back there.
Not anymore. So I forgot to tell you, I got a flat tire back here too. I had a screw in my tire, and I was at work and I heard it and I knew there was something bad and I just didn't want to look and see. So when I looked
That's why I
inside,
don't use mirrors.
totally. So I fixed it with one of those frickin' punch things. You know what I'm talking about? The tire things.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever, the tire's on its way out anyway. But then homeboy blows his tire out the next day. Case in point, I do not drive down there anymore. I was down there too a couple weeks ago, and I had to stop and remove pieces of wood with nails just sticking straight up from that puddle. So they were throwing stuff from up top into the garbage can. All right, anyway, you get it.
Yeah.
Careful back there, man.
Yeah, it's
Careful.
pretty. They have some new workers over there that are like Jorge, the main guy. He's really good. He picks everything up. But I noticed the same thing. They're leaving more stuff laying around because they're demolishing part of the building.
Yeah. In this case, they were throwing stuff from up top, so just some things missed, and that's all it was. But yeah, be careful back there.
I have the other recliner out there right now.
Oh, you got it?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
You son of a biscuit eater.
This is
That's all right. Well, we were just gonna do a little short one. Hey, look at that. We got a viewer. How you doing this morning? Nice to see you there on Twitch TV. We might have Facebook people too. I don't know. I need to start monitoring that.
I can do that.
We probably got people on Facebook too. But here's the thing. We're gonna play a little tunes. Might come back on here in a little bit. We got a little bit of new friend. Tim brought down Nick's chair. We got matching chairs. Gonna make everything more professional.
Cheers.
Today we're gonna talk about traffic on D Highway.
It's everywhere, bro. It's,
So-
the phenomenon you're dealing with is not exclusive
I know.
to where you live. It's
I
the
don't think
entire
it is.
gorge.
I don't think it is. This is a personalized. This is a specifically personalized show.
All right, let's do this.
Today we're going to talk about cheeseburgers on the west side of town, along with traffic on D Highway, and hey,
Twin Peaks is officially
that a
my
car?
favorite local burger.
and
now.
then we're going to do a small segment called, hey, is that car actually going to pull out in front of me, or is this a dream? We'll be back here shortly. Have a nice day.